Yeah. Don't you love this?
This is so you.
You know, when I walked into the Beardmore Event Center tonight, I heard one of those Offutt Air Force Base RC-135s overhead, and with all the cloud cover, I couldn't hear anything but that huge, loud roar. And then through the clouds came that white plane with a blue stripe, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the sound of freedom. I am so happy to be here in Bellevue tonight. This is the home of Offutt Air Force Base. We have men and women that serve our country and have for decades. And I want to start by acknowledging their sacrifice. We don't get to have events like this without people that understand what the price of freedom is. And when you're in Bellevue, Nebraska, the first folks you thank are the airmen at STRATCOM, at the 55th Air Wing, at the base that we hold so dear. Tonight, I'm fortunate to be joined by my wife, Mandy. Thank you. I've got Brendan, he's 18. I've got Blake, he's 15. And they were at football practice until about 6:15. And so they drove 2 hours after football practice to get here on time tonight. So you didn't get any tickets, did you? First of all, I want to say thank you to the voters of the 1st District in Nebraska. I have been driving every inch of all these counties, and I can tell you, they're excited about finding solutions. They're sick and tired of a broken border. They're sick and tired of runaway spending. They want solutions. And tonight, we've done a good job for 2 years identifying the problem. Tomorrow, we start with the solutions. There's so many of you in this room that I see here tonight. I see Mayor Hike. It's great to be in your community. Mayor Hike's a Bellevue mayor, and this town is on the move. Its population is skyrocketing, new houses, indoor aqua centers, everything you could want right here in Bellevue. I want to say thanks to all the mayors, all the state senators. I want to say thank you to the federal delegation. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but our federal delegation is one of the most cohesive in the nation. There's only 5 of us, 2 senators, 3 congressmen, but we get along famously. Deb Fisher keeps us in track every single day, lets us know what we're doing wrong. And tonight we're here for her, we're here for Don, we're here for Adrian, and we're here for Pete Ricketts. Let's hear it for everybody in the Nebraska federal delegation. You know, there are people in this room here that get out in 95-degree heat with a heat index of 115. They walk parades, they throw candy, they put up signs, they work rodeos, they work small town celebrations, they're at county fairs. They're doing everything they need to do to help people that we conservatives want to see in office, and they rarely get the credit. Tonight is not about me, it's not about the candidates. It's about the people here that understand what it means to get someone elected for all the right reasons. And for those of you, I see a bunch of them over here, raise your hand if you worked on a campaign this year, because this doesn't happen without each of you. So thank you very much. Speaking of campaigns, my campaign manager, Andrew Hudson, is here. He just became an admiral in the Nebraska State Navy earlier today. Jessica Flanagan, she's the rock that makes this campaign work. We've got, obviously, Andrew Liv, our intern, Jessica Cheesick, Jen Fulcher, Andrea Friesen-Bellamy. Where are you all at? We appreciate each and every one of you. They're in the back, probably raising money. Matthew Trail, Corbin Waldron, all these folks, you get to work with them in a very close environment. You find out what they're made of, and they are top-notch. Also to welcome a lot of my folks from my district office, starting with my district director. We have Deb Shore here, we have Taylor Gage, Kim Kwapnowski, Carter Smith, Noel, Monica Buttrell from Sarpy County, and my chief of staff, Jake Dumas, is here from Washington, D.C. He's expecting, with his wife, a baby in just a few weeks, so he thinks tonight's stressful. Wait until early December, Jake. Where are you at? Hey, here's the deal. There's a lot of things yet to happen tonight. We need to keep the House in Republican hands. The House of Representatives runs through Omaha. And if there's one person that can defy all odds, that can defy $25 million of Kamala Harris spending, defy hundreds of millions of dollars in national spending targeting districts like this, there's only one person that can survive that, and that's our Don Bacon. We are so lucky. We are so lucky that Don Bacon knows how it's done, and I predict tonight you're going to see a victory speech from one of America's finest congressmen, our 2nd District Congressman Don Bacon. And then also tonight, and I've spent the last 3 or 4 days with her all over the state of Nebraska. I've seen her walk into Scottsbluff and Alliance, North Platte, Broken Bow, Columbus, Hastings, Grand Island, Kearney, Lincoln, Omaha, and I see the energy that's out there for Deb Fischer. And if you watch TV for 5 minutes, all you've heard are slanderous ads saying crazy things from a guy running for U.S. Senate that is an absolute fraud. Dan Osborne is not a conservative. He's not a Second Amendment lover. He is somebody that's got an F rating from the NRA, but that's not what he tells people when he walks into Sidney, Nebraska. Tonight, we're going to watch what happens when a Nebraska conservative wins a tough race and says to George Soros, says to the Democrats, says to Chuck Schumer, you can't buy a Senate seat in Nebraska. Now take your money and go home. All right. Hey, what happens tomorrow? Tomorrow, America wakes up with a new president. The 47th president will be Donald J. Trump. Who here agrees with that? And when that happens, with a Senate with leaders like Pete Ricketts and Deb Fischer, and a House with a contingent of Mike Flood and Don Bacon and Adrian Smith, that means the very day Donald Trump raises his right arm, we close the border. The other thing that I think we need to talk about is this 55% increase in spending. I was on a plane the other day. Pete Ricketts was talking about it. Our population hasn't gone up 55%, but in the last 3 years, our spending has. That's why it costs Americans an extra $1,000 a month. That's why your grocery bill is that high. That runaway inflation has to be stopped. And when we have the Senate, and if we keep the House, we're going to have something called a budget, something we do in Nebraska every year on time and ready to go. We're going to do that in Washington. It's going to make a difference, and we're going to turn America around. Last thing I want to say, public safety is important. Yes, the border is important. Crime, tackling crime is important. We've got folks here tonight from the Omaha Police Officers Union. I've enjoyed the support. Yay, there they are. We've got the Lincoln Police Union. We've got the firefighters. These public sector unions believe in what we're doing here because we're focused on making our communities safer. We're focused on making sure they have the resources to do it and not offering, not getting rid of things like qualified immunity or failing to fund and protect our police officers. Crime is real, and if you're on either of the coast, it's the reason people there are looking at places like us. Let's pray to God tonight that we can finish the job, that we can do for public safety what they've done for us and protect them, that we can hopefully pass these ballot initiatives to make abortion up until the day that you were ready to naturally deliver a baby permissible in Nebraska, which is nothing that any of us in this room want. We have a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of results to come in tonight, but we need your help. We want to say thank you. We want to appreciate what you're doing, but we want to say it's going to be a long night. Stay with us here. We're going to be here all night. Don Bacon will be here if it's 4 a.m., and once he takes a microphone, it'll be 6:30 when you're out of here. But you're going to talk and look at one of the happiest people in America tonight, because I'm predicting he's going to have a great win. With that, I want to thank my family, these two young men. I want to thank my beautiful wife and everybody that's here tonight, all my family and friends that have traveled from far and wide. I want you to have a wonderful night, and let's get ready for President Donald J. Trump.